let us discuss the next chemical reaction, that is reduction reaction. In this reduction reaction, we are discussing the two types of reduction. The first one is the reduction of the carbonyl group to methylene group, that is C double bond O to CH2 group. We already know that the aldehyde can reduce to a primary alcohol and the ketone can reduce to secondary alcohol. But here we are discussing the aldehydes and ketones can also reduce to methylene group and how it is reduced. That is, the C double bond O is changing into CH2 group in the presence of O hydrogen. This conversion can take place by using the two methods. The first one is the Clemmensen reduction and second is the Wolff-Kishner reduction. So let us see what is the Clemmensen reduction and what is the Wolff-Kishner reduction. First is what is Clemmensen reduction. Actually, the Clemmensen reduction is a chemical reaction described as a reduction of aldehydes or ketones to alkanes using zinc amalgam and a concentrated HCl. And this reaction is named after the Erik Christian Clemmensen, a Danish chemist. Here you can see the reaction. R C double bond O R2 in the presence of zinc amalgam and HCl is converting into an alkane, that is R1CH2 R2. Here the R1 may be an alkyl group or aryl group and R2 may be hydrogen alkyl or aryl group, whatever may be it is. It is a general reaction which showing the Clemmensen reduction. It is an aldehyde or ketone converting into RCH2 group. We are discussing some common examples of aldehyde that we have already discussed earlier. The common examples can be taken as a formaldehyde, acetaldehyde, benzaldehyde, etc. Whatever the aldehydes are taken, you will get the corresponding alkane. It is an CH3 C double bond OH plus 4 hydrogen in the presence of zinc amalgam and HCl. You will get the CH3 as a product plus H2, elimination of the water. Here CH3 CH2 C double bond OH plus 4 hydrogen in the presence of zinc amalgam and HCl. You will get the same number of carbon as a hydrocarbon or alkene plus water. Here it is a benzaldehyde plus or undergoing the Clemmensen reduction, you will get the C6H5 CH3 plus water. Next, some common examples for the ketone. This is for ketone, you will get the corresponding alkanes here. And if it is other ketone, it is a ketone that consisting of the two aryl group. Okay, this is a two aryl C6H5 C double bond O C6H5. You will get the corresponding alkane, that is C double bond O is only changing into the methylene group, that is CH2 group. Here also, if this carbon is changing into CH2, then it only forms a cyclo compound plus water. So this is the Clemmensen reduction. Next reaction is the Wolff-Kishner reduction. Actually, the name Wolff-Kishner has come after the two scientists, that means Ludwig Wolff and Nikolai Kishner. That the name came, that Wolff-Kishner reduction, name of the two scientists. Actually, Wolff-Kishner reduction is also a reaction used in organic chemistry to convert the carbonyl functionalities into a methylene group. Okay, let us see how it's happened. Before that, I will explain you one more. What is the basic differences between this Wolff-Kishner reduction and the Clemmensen reduction, which is already discussed earlier? The Wolff-Kishner reduction is done under a strongly basic condition using high heat in a polar protic solvent, but the Clemmensen is performed in a strongly acidic condition. That is the basic differences between the Wolff-Kishner and the Clemmensen reduction. So you can see The next condition is consider the reaction here. This reaction consists, or this molecule consisting of, this is 3-pentenal. It's consisting of a double bond and also a carbonyl group. Here also, this is 3-pentenal. It's consisting of a double bond and a carbonyl group. ഈ ഒരു കണ്ടീഷനിൽ നമുക്ക് രണ്ട് പോസിബിലിറ്റി ഉണ്ട്. അതായത് റിഡക്ഷൻ നടക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് either it can selectively undergoing the reduction of the double bond, or it may hydrogenated both the double bond and carbonyl group. രണ്ടും ഹൈഡ്രോജനേറ്റഡ് ആകാനുള്ള പോസിബിലിറ്റിയും ഉണ്ട്. ആരെ നമ്മൾ യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന സമയത്ത് ഒരു കറ്റാലിറ്റിക് ഹൈഡ്രോജനേഷൻ്റെ കേസസിലാണ് ഞാൻ ഈ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ളത്. If both a double bond and carbonyl group is present in a structure that is shown here, the double bond may be hydrogenated, leaving the carbonyl intact. If double bond മാത്രമാണ് റിയാക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ it will keeping safe as a C double bond O, but there may be also another possibility that both may be hydrogenated. രണ്ടും ഹൈഡ്രോജനേറ്റഡ് ആകാനുള്ള പോസിബിലിറ്റി ഉണ്ട്. തന്നെ ഇവിടെ കാണിച്ചില്ല. ഫസ്റ്റിൽ എന്താണ് കാണിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത്? The C double bond C is reduced, but the C O double bond O is not reduced. This is the alkene group is reduced, double bond O is reduced, and the carbonyl group is not reduced. The product will be the pentanol. Here the double bond will be like that itself. In other case may also be possible that the C double bond C, this is C double bond C also get undergo reduced, or the C double bond also undergoing reduction. And soon it forms a alcohol, that is a CH here, it is 3 is here, CH3, CH2, 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 CH2 and OH. Okay, so that is a condition. However, the carbonyl group cannot be catalytically hydrogenated independently of the carbon-carbon double bond. Normally, ഒരു സ്ട്രക്ചറിൽ ഡബിൾ ബോണ്ടും കാർബണൈൽ ഗ്രൂപ്പും ഉള്ള സമയത്ത് നമുക്ക് കാർബണൈൽ ഗ്രൂപ്പിന് മാത്രം നമുക്ക് റെഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് സാധിക്കില്ല. ആരെ യൂസ് ചെയ്തിട്ട്? ഇതുപോലെയുള്ള സിമ്പിൾ കാറ്റലിസ്റ്റിനെ യൂസ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് നമുക്ക് സാധിക്കില്ല. Now to reduce a carbonyl group and leaving a carbon-carbon double bond intact, a metal hydride reduction is preferred method of choice. അപ്പോൾ ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ളൊരു സമയത്ത്, മീൻസ് ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു മോളിക്യൂളിൽ ഒരു ഡബിൾ ബോണ്ടും ഒരു കാർബണൈൽ ഗ്രൂപ്പും ഉള്ള സമയത്ത്, in order to undergo reduction of the carbonyl group, it is better to suit that a metal hydride reduction is better. So the metal hydride reduction is preferred for such type of molecules. If you want to reduce and only the carbonyl group and leaving the C double bond C there itself, so at that condition you can use the reduction using the metal hydrides. So basically we can say that it is important, that is the major importance of using the metal hydrides in the reduction process. Out of that, the two valuable reducing agents commonly used are the lithium aluminum hydride or LAH or LiAH and the sodium borohydride, that is NBH. It is abbreviated as NBH and also abbreviated as NaBH. Both reduce the aldehydes and ketones to alcohols. You can see here the aldehyde is reduced in the presence of lithium aluminum hydride. Here it is given as LAH. It is also shown as LiAlSO. This, I think this is a common notation in your guides. RCOH in the presence of lithium aluminum hydride, in presence of tetrahydrofuran or ether. And the second process is that it undergoing hydrolysis. Soon it converted into a primary alcohol. Here also this is one example is given here. This is an format, and this is an acetaldehyde converting into an CH3 CH2 OH. It is a primary alcohol in the presence of both this, also in the presence of lithium aluminum hydride, and also converted into alcohol in the presence of sodium borohydride, in presence of ethanol. After that it soon undergoing hydrolysis. And here ketones, you can see the ketone is converted in the presence of lithium aluminum hydride, it converted into a secondary alcohol. Butanol is converted into 2-butanol, and in the presence of sodium borohydride, after that it undergoing hydrolysis, it converted into a secondary alcohol, 2-butanol. That means the ketone can converted into secondary alcohol both in the presence of lithium aluminum hydride and in the presence of sodium borohydride. If you compare the reactivities of both this metal hydride, I think the lithium aluminum hydride is the most powerful reducing agent than the sodium borohydride. That is, lithium aluminum hydride is a powerful reducing agent that reduces not only the aldehydes and ketones but can also has the capacity to reduce the carboxylic acid esters, amides and the nitriles. Normally the reduction in the reduction using lithium aluminum hydride takes place in the presence of anhydrous ether. Why the ether is taken? That is because the lithium aluminum hydride is undergoing to undergo a violent reaction with water. Therefore, the reactions are usually carried out in a solvent such as anhydrous ether. And after that, by comparing the reactivities of sodium borohydride and the lithium aluminum hydride, it is seen that the sodium borohydride is a mild reducing agent than the lithium aluminum hydride. Its reaction can be carried out in water or aqueous alcohol as a solvent. Therefore, we normally prefer the reduction using sodium borohydride. For the reduction of aldehydes or ketones, sodium borohydride is preferred reagent. It is certainly more convenient to use because of its lower reactivity towards the water. If you're comparing the lithium aluminum hydride and sodium borohydride, the lithium aluminum hydride sometimes reduces the C double bond C also, or the C triple bond C, so not used for the selective reduction of carbonyl group. Therefore, it cannot be used as a selective reducing agent, just because of its higher reactivity. But in the case of sodium borohydride, it is a less reactive, but it can be used for the selective reduction of the carbonyl group, that is leaving the C double bond C and bond unreacted. If you are considering an example, this is an aldehyde, CH3C H double bond CH and CHO. Here this molecule consisting of a double bond and a functional group C double bond O. Here by using the lithium aluminum hydride, it reduces, the lithium aluminum hydride reduces both the double bond and the C double bond O. That is, the product is given as CH3, CH2, CH2, CH2 and OH. But if you are using the sodium borohydride as a reducing agent, only the C double bond O, that is a carbonyl group, is undergone the reduction, and it is leaving the C double bond C. So that we can see that the sodium borohydride can be used for the selective reduction of C double bond O. The C double bond O is only changes into or undergo reduction to alcohol, leaving the double bond unreacted. CH3, CH double bond CH, CH2, OH. That is an example for an aldehyde. The same thing can be explained by using a ketones also. Here the ketone is given as for phenyl but 3-ene-2 on. This is a double bond is seen at the third position by your numbering from here 1, 2, 3, 4. Why? Just because we want to give the numbering of the carbonyl group as a least number. That is why we are numbering from here 1, 2, 3 and 4 here. So this is a fourth double bond is here, that means 3 carbon, the double bond is seen, and therefore we can write the name as 4-phenyl, fourth group, phenyl group is attached for phenyl but 3-ene-2-O. Anyway, if it is reacted or if it is reduced in the presence of lithium aluminum hydride and undergoing hydrolysis, soon it undergo reduction to both the double bond and the carbonyl group and converting into a ketone, converting into an alcohol. If it is a ketone, therefore it converted into a secondary alcohol. But in the presence of sodium borohydride, it will undergo a selective reduction of C double bond O, leaving the C double bond C as therefore the product will be C6H5 CH double bond CH CHOH CH3. That is a secondary alcohol is given from the ketone. And next is the reduction using a particular catalyst, that is aluminum isopropoxide. Mewin-Pandolf-Verley reduction or MPV reduction. MPV reduction is a reduction of aldehydes and ketones to their corresponding alcohols utilizing the aluminum oxide catalysis in the presence of sacrificial alcohol. And it was discovered by Mewin and Schmidt, and it is separated by the Verley in 1925. And they found that the mixture of aluminum oxide and the ethanol could reduce the aldehydes to alcohols. And they found that the Pontroff applied the reaction to ketones and upgraded the catalyst to aluminum isopropoxide in isopropanol. In the earlier case, they used the mixture of aluminum oxide and ethanol that converted to aldehydes and ketones. And after that, they upgraded the catalyst. Why they upgraded? In order to apply the same reaction, in order to apply that catalyst for the ketones also, they upgraded the catalyst as aluminum isopropoxide in isopropanol. Therefore, the conversion of aldehydes or ketone into corresponding alcohol by the treatment with the aluminum isopropoxide in isopropanol solution is called the MPV reduction, that is Mewin-Pandolf-Verley reduction. We know that it is reversible. This reaction is reversible and is called the open air oxidation that we already explained earlier. At that time we explained that it is the just a reverse of the MPV reduction. So here we discuss what is the MPV reduction, that is aldehydes and ketones reduced to alcohol in the presence of aluminum isopropoxide in isopropanol solution. Here example is given. Here this carbonyl group is converted into an excess alcohol, means isopropanol changes into a alcohol, and the ketone is given, that is acetone is taken outside. So this is also, if the reaction takes place like this, this is the opposite reaction that is taking place here, that is the alcohol and the aldehyde is converting into a ketone and alcohol, that is open air oxidation. So this the two reactions showing the forward reaction and the backward reaction. This is a forward reaction which is called the MPV reduction, and this is a reverse reaction that is shown here. This is a reverse reaction that is called the open air oxidation. Here some examples are given. So this is taken as, this is also the general reaction. This is an aldehyde and it takes place in the presence of isopropyl alcohol and in the presence of aluminum isopropoxide converting into primary alcohol and propanol, that is a acetone here, which is a common here. Then here it is a ketone. If it is a ketone, what will happen? It forms a secondary alcohol and you will get the acetone here also. The next is aromatic aldehyde and ketone. If benzaldehyde is taken in the presence of isopropanol, converted into benzyl alcohol and acetone. If it is acetophenone, that is aromatic ketone, converted into a secondary alcohol and CH3, COCH3. In all cases, we want to use the isopropyl alcohol as its reaction will only take place in the presence of an isopropyl alcohol. Okay. The next reaction is the oxidation reaction.